Hi, everyone. Welcome to our podcast, Don't Touch My Music. I am Chardonnay and I'm here with my co host, Kiana.
Hi.
And today we're actually going to be talking about a very fun topic. We're going to
Hmm.
be talking about TikTok and how it has, disrupted the music industry. It shook it up a bit.
It's a shaken and
Um,
stirred.
Yes, so we're actually going to be discussing the way that, music is discovered on TikTok, user-generated content, the new distribution platform that they released in March, and all the fun things. So
Hmm.
I think I'm going to let Kiki start off with talking a bit about the music distribution platform that they came out with in March. It's called
Hmm.
Sound On.
Yep.
Um, it's very interesting because when I saw that TikTok was going into like the music distribution space, I'm like smart because like music gets blown up there and a lot of
Yeah.
independent artists gets recognition, if I
Hmm.
should say, there
Hmm.
with their music, either creating challenges or these dance challenges or the voiceovers or just even
Yeah.
using the content just to do random shit. Yeah, so before I blabber too much, I'll let Kiki explain you guys about Sound One.
So when it comes to sound on, there's actually nothing much to it. It's
Right.
pretty simple.
Yeah.
So it's very much like you as a musician can upload your music onto Sound On, and then TikTok just distributes the shit for you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, and like they also do a little bit more than just distribution. So they can add you to like playlists and stuff in terms of all the TikTok sounds, what's popular, what kind of vibes with your music. They can have influencers test out your tracks to see what type of song goes best with what type of video. So it's not really just upload and then we'll distribute it to other platforms.
Yeah.
It's upload, we'll distribute it, but we'll also give you a fair shot at gaining some kind of exposure, whether it's like, just a few uh, hundred views or like up there in the hundreds, thousands. It really just depends on what people pick up.
Yeah.
On TikTok itself in terms of choosing a sound. What's interesting is that they market it as a you keep 100% of your royalties.
Yeah, I was researching because they said in the first year you keep 100%, but then after that they take 10%, I
10%.
believe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but they market it as 100% of your
Percent. Yeah.
royalties.
Yeah. Because when I
So
read it,
you
I was
really got
like,
to go in and read the terms and conditions.
because when I read it, I was like, hello, you said that I'm gonna keep all my royalties,
Yeah.
but here you are taking some of my coins.
Yeah. So it's not entirely
Um,
true. As Chardonnay said,
yeah.
after the second year, they start taking 10%. And then they only take the 10%. So that is a what you call that? A fixed
F-
um
Fixed fee or fixed percentage.
yeah, a fixed percentage that goes from 2 years and beyond in terms
Yeah.
of how long you want your shit to be on sound on.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I just found it interesting that they marketed
Yeah.
it as, yeah, you get to keep all of your royalty. No, you don't.
Mm-hmm.
For the first year, yeah, you do.
Yeah,
But
for the
then, no, you
first year
don't.
you do. So I saw that they actually partnered with TuneCore to actually distribute your music to these music streaming platforms like Apple Music,
Mm-hmm.
Spotify and so forth, which I thought
Mm-hmm.
was cool.
Yeah.
But I also researched some, I believe, customer feedback, then I should say, and persons were like, yeah, well, why should I go through this if I could just go it straight through TuneCore and just pay the flat fee? I was like, interesting. I would have to get into more of what people are saying or what people
Yeah.
opinions are for those who use it. um
Yeah.
but I
Uh,
also think a good feature, sorry not to cut you
no,
off,
don't worry.
I also think a good feature, like you mentioned, is helping with marketing and promotion, because a lot of
Mm.
independent artists need that and a lot of them don't know how to go about it, because they would just sign up to like DistroKid or CD Baby
Yeah.
or whatever, and they'll just like upload their stuff, have it on all streaming platforms, and then just post it on Instagram, Facebook, or even on YouTube, and be like, okay, like if you want to listen to it on Spotify or Apple Music, like you can because it's there as well. But then where is the push to kind of get the song out?
Exactly.
Um, and TikTok does a very good job with organic
Mm,
engagement, organic reach, like you were
mm.
mentioning earlier. So I think in that aspect, when it comes to Sound On, I think it's awesome in terms of like
Yeah, yeah,
marketing and promotion, like assisting the independent artists with getting known, you know, being seen, being heard.
yeah, yeah. Another feature that I also thought was pretty dope was their insights feature, because then
Mhm.
as a musician you can see which
That
ones of
is
your songs
key.
are performing best on TikTok,
Yes.
and then you can really develop knowledge on what like
Yes.
users of the app engage with
Yes. I was
the
just about to
most,
say you can
cater
get
directly to.
right. I
Yeah,
was going to say like you can kind of identify your target audience, you
yeah,
know, through that as well. Like, okay, like these are the type of persons that are listening to my music.
exactly.
Um, so then I know who specifically to target, because I mean some independent artists don't know as well. You know, they just make music and they're like, okay, well, I just want to make rap or I just want to make R&B, and it's just for persons who like rap or like R&B. But there is more specifics to it than just, oh,
Exactly.
this person likes rap and R&B, I'll make it for them then, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I think analytics is cool, a bit scary, but it's crazy because I work in marketing.
Mm-hmm.
I work in music and marketing, and saying music because you know we do the podcast and marketing as in the marketing agency that I have.
Yeah.
um it's scary because it's like the internet is tracking your every move. They know
Listen,
how old you are, what you
bruh.
like, what are your interests in, like music and I'm
Shocking.
just it's shocking. No, like I think data analytics is very cool. It's super cool because then you're like, okay, this is what this person likes. This is how old they are. They're about to get married soon, or they're about to have a baby, which is weird.
Yeah.
But you could be like, okay, then I can
The way you're like, which is weird.
yeah, it is weird, but it's cool at the same time because then
Yeah.
you're like, okay, well, for example, not me getting into marketing. For
Talk
example,
things.
if a company that sells baby clothing has a special, they could just like advertise it to the mom that is about to give birth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's how they do their shit. And anyways, let's reel back a bit. It's creepy, but it's cool. You know what I think is interesting, and I
Mm-hmm.
read this on LinkedIn. A content creator actually wrote this on LinkedIn. There is a viral video on TikTok that is um going on right now where this girl stood up to, I think, dance, and then she hit the side of her
Oh yeah, yeah.
her rib, and then
Yeah,
she's like,
I've seen
ah.
that shit so many times.
Yeah, bitch. So that's actually going viral. So the content creator said that no amount of data analytics and numbers would have predicted that a piece of content like this would have gone viral.
Yeah.
And I'm like, agreed, because they're like, when clients, for example, come to you with like, oh, I need a piece of content that is gonna go viral, that's gonna make everyone see it, you know, because it's so good. What does that mean? Because we cannot predict what goes viral and what doesn't go viral. Like the most weirdest, and I don't want to be thing, but you know, the most weirdest and sometimes the stupidest shit goes viral, and you're like, why is this so popular? Why is this? And someone left in the comments, they were like, I think what makes videos or an image or whatever go viral is to do something that was never done before and never seen before. Because I mean,
Yeah.
there are compilations of persons, you know, like saying dumb shit, but like I think it's the way that you do it and then
Mm-hmm.
the authenticity behind it that you just created a original piece of content, you
Yeah.
know, randomly. Is there any more specifics that you read about Sound On, or that was just it?
Nope, that was it for Sound On. Everything else is just really about like TikTok and the
Yeah.
random things that make videos go viral, especially when it comes to music. And I remember reading specifically about Gail's ABCDEFU track,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because in the article that I was reading, they said that whoever Gail's management is were really trying to push for like, TikTok marketing of the song, but it wasn't really going anywhere until the deaf community made sign language videos. So like they basically just signed the lyrics of the song, and then the song started going viral from then on. And like, it's crazy how, a seemingly random person can just pick
Yeah.
up your track, make a video with it, and
Mhm.
then everybody starts doing that same thing. And it's the same with like dance challenges and stuff. You just
Mhm.
need that one person,
One person. Mhm.
one person to be like, oh, I'm gonna do this with the song, and then
Mhm.
the whole of TikTok is doing it.
Mhm.
The
Mhm.
whole of TikTok, like with that
Mhm.
girl who hits her hip.
Yeah.
Do you
Yeah.
know how many times I've seen her on my For You page and like duetted
Girl.
videos?
Listen. And
Because
I was just
now
like,
they're using it in songs, so they're
they
lining
are
her
uh,
yell up with the song.
with the song. I saw it.
And I'm like, at what point have we had enough though?
Listen. And you know what's so crazy? A question I wanted to ask you is that when TikTok came out, well, not initially came out because it was actually Musically before.
Yeah, I also had Musically. I just never used
Yeah.
it.
I think I downloaded it like once and I was just like, no, and I deleted it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when TikTok actually became TikTok, so when Musically switched and it became TikTok, did you ever think that it would have gone in this direction in terms of like shaking up the music industry a bit, like with songs like going viral? Because the thing is, I discover new songs on TikTok. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah, same.
if the songs go viral, and I'm digging it. And the thing is, wait, let me not get into too much things at once. What I want to say is that when I hear a song on TikTok multiple times, I'll go and check it out because I'm like, who is singing this? What is this song about? But then because I'm hearing it multiple times, I then fall in love with the song. And
Yeah.
then I add it to my playlist or I go look up the music video on YouTube.
Yeah. They
Which
were
is so
saying that
weird.
the percentage is almost 70, so I think it was 67% of
Mm-hmm.
people who are TikTok users actually go and find the song later on like streaming apps, or they go and purchase the song that is going viral or whatever. And I'm like, that's actually a very big turnaround in terms
Yeah.
of the music industry, especially.
Yeah.
Because like almost 70%, almost
That's
70% of TikTok users.
yeah, because the song that I told you about, Noala, I found it on
Yeah.
TikTok.
Yeah.
I think a couple other songs I think I talked about, I also found it on TikTok. Like even the mashups that they make and the remixes, like I'm
Yeah.
in love with them. And I'm like, guys, stop it because it's not a song and I can't listen to it every day.
Yeah,
Only
exactly.
on TikTok. You know what I mean?
And even if we think about Love Non-TT, for example,
Mm-hmm.
because like that song has been out for a few years,
Listen, and
and then out of
TikTok just
nowhere,
blew it up.
yeah, because of
TikTok.
and they blew up two versions of the song. They blew up the
Yep.
original, and they blew up the piano like version of the song. For two completely different, like in two completely different ways. And I was just like, dude, that's crazy. Because I went to look the singer up when it kept coming up on my TikTok, and I kept seeing the dance challenge and stuff.
Yeah.
And I looked at the album and I was like, hey, this has been out for a minute.
Yeah. Yeah.
What?
There's also a song from Childish Gambino.
Yeah.
It goes, baby girl, you know what I want.
Yeah.
Which that's my song, but it's not like I can't find it online. Like I'm finding like a
It's a
mashup
mashup.
remix.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm finding it on YouTube, but I'm like, oh my god, TikTok, stop. Like
Sure, they said stop it.
it's
Stop
such
making
a
these mashups I can't listen to on Spotify.
Spotify. Yeah, that's cool. And Spice was going viral as well on TikTok with the pum pum thing. With
Yeah, and
China
also
was tiger pum pum. Like
also Go Down There.
yeah,
That one also.
that was
I
also
saw that
viral.
had the K-pop community
Yes,
the neck
by
because
the
they were making
Listen,
all sorts of edits with that
they were
track.
making dance videos with Go Down There in the back of it, and I'm like,
Yeah.
what is going on? Is a collaboration happening? Like I didn't understand, but then after I was like, oh, it's the fans because they love the song and they love these people, so they put it together. Yes, I get it. I get
and
it.
Jerusalema also.
Yes.
And what's that one you want to bamba? You want to
Yes.
chill with the big boys.
Yes. Yeah.
That one too.
No, it's so crazy. And like the article that you referred me to earlier, it's user generated content, and I think when it's
Yeah.
done that way, it's more authentic in terms of most likely the songs going viral.
Yeah, because it's clearly what people want to listen to,
Right.
which the
And
music industry doesn't do much of anymore.
mm-mm,
They
mm-mm,
do not care what people want to listen to, which
mm,
fucks me off
mm-hmm,
all the time. Every time I look at charts, I'm like, who is realistically actually listening to the shit?
sure.
And that's the problem with radio as well,
Mm-hmm,
because radio is passive consumption. A lot of the
mm-hmm,
time, it's
mm-hmm.
passive.
Yeah, yeah,
TikTok
yeah, yeah.
is now one of the few mainstream forms of media
Mm-hmm.
where it's not passive consumption. This is purposeful.
Exactly.
This is
Exactly.
purposeful consumption
Yeah.
of music. Radio is passive, but then those are the people that everybody's like, no, they're mainstream because they're on radio. They're not mainstream because they're on radio.
No,
They're on
because you're
radio
forcing me to
because,
listen.
yes, first of all, also, they're on radio because of payola. Like, let's get that right there straight. A lot of the time, when it comes to very specific types of musicians.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're also played on the radio 15 times a day, once an hour type shit. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
So you're not actually listening to that. It's just being force fed to you.
First, yeah.
Because on TikTok, look, if I'm not interested, scroll.
Scroll
I
past
don't
it
have to
straight
entertain
by.
shit.
Mhm.
But
And
radio, you
what-
have to entertain every single thing that they play.
And what I love about TikTok mostly is their algorithm. They have,
Yes.
I think, in
it's a-
terms of like social media platforms, they have one of the best algorithms because they show
do.
you exactly what you want to see.
Yep. But sometimes
Like-
their algorithm's a bit too good though, because sometimes I only like one video of that one thing, and then they show me everything ever, and I'm like,
Listen,
I just
let-
wanted to see the one video, bro.
No, for real. Yeah, no. But like let's in terms of like comparing like Instagram and Facebook, for example,
Oh no, TikTok has it on lock.
Instagram algorithm is
Shit.
you see me scratching my neck. I'm like,
Yeah. No, it's shit, and they keep changing it. It's become an impossible app to navigate
Right.
at this
And
point.
Facebook algorithm is also similar to Instagram's own. And
Yeah.
it's even worse for business owners when they have like a business page. It's even worse. Like if you're not advertising, you're not gonna be in front of your audience. Like TikTok. Oh, TikTok. Like
No, TikTok is
they'll-
on point.
they'll show me the funny shit, right?
Yeah.
They'll show me the food stuff because they know that's what I like. They'll
Yeah.
even show me shit from St. Martin and from Curacao because I was born in Curacao,
yeah.
raised in St. Martin.
Yeah.
They'll even show me shit. I'm like, how do you know I know that language? How do you know?
Listen, because I get stuff from Angola, I get stuff from South Africa. Sometimes Namibia pops up. Sometimes I still get stuff from the Netherlands, despite having changed like location and number.
Yeah, they're like, no, bitch, you live there, so we're gonna still give you something.
Exactly. Then I get
Yeah.
all the music things.
Yeah,
I get also food things because I like watching people cook.
yeah.
I get
I like trying new
Animals
recipes from
doing-
TikTok sometimes. That's
Exactly.
my goal,
same. I
Yeah.
get animals doing weird shit. I get true crime. I get tattoos. I get piercings. Literally every single one of my interests. Books, TV shows, everything is covered.
Girl,
I
you
can
want
sit
to know
on
what's so
TikTok for
crazy?
like 3 hours in a row just because of that. Because it's
you-
I can scroll forever.
You want to know what's so crazy? You basically described you just now.
That's what I'm saying. It
You
freaks me out.
described you and TikTok said, this is Kiana.
I know it's creepy as hell.
TikTok
but
said, this is
you know-
Chardonnay, St. Martin, Curacao, music, marketing, food, and funny stuff. Like, sometimes I like random funny shit.
Yeah, same.
So
yeah,
they'll
like we're
show me.
always sending each other dumb shit.
Yeah. Yeah, so they'll show me that as well. But they'll definitely show me like marketing stuff, a lot of marketing stuff,
Yeah.
a lot of music stuff, a lot of cooking because I like to try recipes that I see on TikTok.
Mhm.
A lot of dumb shit to laugh in between. And a lot of things about spirituality or just being like a better
Same.
person.
Yeah.
Because so I'm like TikTok.
No, TikTok. And
you
the
got
thing
my
is, like,
profile.
we're only just talking about like random videos that come on our For You page, right? But the algorithm is also really good in terms of music, Because when I think about like all the tracks that are used in the videos that
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about, where they've catered to like my every single
Mm-hmm.
interest,
Mm-hmm.
even the music caters to my every single interest.
Can you please tell me why TikTok does play some music that sounds like, because I really love like a good R&B hip hop,
Ugh,
type
same.
of vibe.
Yeah.
And I love a good Afro beat and a good
Ugh,
dance hall.
same.
And they be recommending that shit. And they're like, y'all, you, because they be talking about they be playing Spice now all of a sudden. I'm like, how do you know
Yeah.
I am in love with Spice? They be doing like all these Afrobeat stuff, like Afrobeat, like persons like doing dance challenges to these Afro things. I'm like, okay, you see you TikTok.
This is what I'm saying. They know too much.
Y'all know a lot. They know so much that it's almost scary. Like if you really sit and think about it, you'll be like,
Okay, so I wanted to ask you a question about
mm-hmm,
TikTok and music and stuff.
mm-hmm,
Do you think that now, because distributing music on TikTok and whatnot has become so accessible, do you
mm-hmm.
think that it's already become very saturated
Ooh.
for
You know,
like, especially for like independent up and coming artists?
I still don't think so. No, I don't think it's saturated. Why I don't think it's saturated? Because you could never open the app and meet the same thing again.
Yeah.
When you open the app, you're constantly seeing new things. Although you might hear the same sounds over and over, you're constantly seeing new things. And I feel like with music, it's like a hit or a miss.
Mm-hmm.
And even if it's a miss, if it's still good, it might get picked up a couple of years or months,
Yeah.
after.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's saturated because still today, new artists are getting breakthroughs because of TikTok with just one song,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know?
I guess
Um,
that's the benefit to TikTok's
yeah,
unpredictability.
unpredictability. I mean, bitch, I don't know. That's just my opinion. What do you think? Do you think it's saturated?
I mean, not really. Also, because depending on the algorithm and all of that, and like what it's
Yeah,
like for you personally. Like you
yeah,
said, you discover a lot of new music on your For You page and
yeah.
stuff. For me, I discover a lot of new music because people are talking about the music, not because the music is
Mm,
playing.
mm,
But that's because I follow a lot of people who do music commentary or
yeah,
who cater to like specific types of music.
right.
So that's how I discover a lot of new music on TikTok. So it's not so much with the sound because I get a lot of the same sound coming up. So it
Mm-hmm.
really depends on what's going viral within that spectrum of my interests.
Yeah.
So I can't give like a very good, I guess, opinion on whether or not I think it's saturated. All I can say is like not really
Yeah,
from my
I don't think so.
experience
From my
because I'm
experience,
in
I
a
don't
very
think so.
specific circle of TikTok where yeah, like I don't discover new things through the sounds.
Yeah, and I also think that having, influencers and content creators being a part of the TikTok community, like if you're an artist and you have like a serious team behind you, or even if you don't have a serious team but you just know what you're doing, and TikTok is a part of your marketing strategy and you use
Mm,
it correctly, you'll be able to have your music be heard,
yeah.
whether it's by paying influencers or paying content creators to do something on your music, and then it's just gonna shoot up there. Because I was actually watching a TikTok video where this girl did, so you actually sent it to me. She made a TikTok sound for Nair,
Yeah.
and when I clicked on the sound, there were a bunch of verified
Yeah.
influencers and content creators making content to this specific song. So when I saw that, I was like, okay, most likely Nair either paid them or asked
Exactly.
them to do it. So I'm like, an artist who has a decent budget
Can
uh
do the same.
can do the same. So in that sense, I don't think it's saturated, because once the audience from that content creator or influencer sees or hears this, they'll
Mm,
if they like it, they'll click on it. and they'll
Yeah.
use it or just look it up online and add it to their playlist or whatever. You know what I mean?
I saw that labels now are actually moving away from like influencers and like big content creators
Yes,
into
yes,
the
I noticed.
micro influencers or just regular ass people.
Yes.
Because but for the regular ass people, it's a specific type of video where there's no
Mm-hmm.
like dancing, there's no talking. It's mostly people that are like doing stuff,
Mm-hmm.
so making something, painting or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
because then the focus is all on the sound rather
Yeah.
than, you know, you're trying to learn a dance move or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then yeah, with the micro influencers, because one, they're more affordable, and two, all the big influencers have so much going on at the same time that it kind of overshadows the song itself anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I thought that was interesting, the move from the big influencers to micro influencers and regular
Yeah.
schmegular people.
Mm-hmm. And talking about you know, labels moving away from, you know, influencers, um with TikTok, when it comes to like record labels
Mm-hmm.
in the A&R aspect of things, it also assists with that, you know, because I mean, since social media came out and these music distribution platforms and whatever, you know, and as we studied, you know, A&R scouts don't really go out to look for artists anymore. They like
Yeah.
literally look at them online and look at their stats and so forth.
Yeah.
Um, but like with TikTok, it's also like a discovery platform, you know, for like A&R
Exactly.
scouts to go on and be like, okay, what's trending? Who's this artist? Is he independent? What's he's about? How many followers he has? Is his how many monthly listeners on Spotify? You know, I mean, and these A&R people have all the software shits like you
Yeah.
know, the stuff that we learned in school that they can check
Yeah.
out the shit in the A&R process of things. It makes it a bit more easier for the scouts, which is
Yeah.
actually cool. And the thing is, what I like about TikTok is that you can I won't say famous, but you can grow a decent following so quickly on TikTok
Yeah. Yeah.
with
You just
a
have to be like
genuine with
super dedicated.
yeah, you just have to be dedicated, but you can build a decent following easily on TikTok very quickly with
And
genuine
it's,
followers,
yeah, organic.
organic genuine followers, like
Yeah,
people who
TikTok
actually
allows
care about your
for,
shit.
yeah, TikTok allows for a very organic growth because it's a discovery based app. But also because, you know, once you figure out how TikTok works, how many times a
Mm-hmm.
day you should post, how many times
Mm-hmm.
a week, year, month, whatever, TikTok just starts sending your shit to the right people. And then the
Yeah,
right people start following you. If you do it well
if you do it well.
as an indie
Mm-hmm.
pindy musician,
Mm-hmm.
you you can you can you can
You can make it. You can make it. Yeah, no,
yeah,
definitely, because you know TikTok got all the shits to link back to your Instagram. You could link your Instagram, you could link your
exactly.
YouTube. You can also put your link tree or any type of link that has multiple links to redirect them to wherever you want them to go. TikTok discover in terms of discovery and reach, organic shits. It's the
Yeah,
tick to the talks, but I said
you're
tick to the
gonna have
talks.
to
But you're gonna have to
dedicate
put in a lot of
a lot
work
of work and time, because they're talking
and
about you should be
time.
posting 3 times a day actually, and I'm
Yeah.
like, no.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And also with the strategy of finding trending songs, because there is a whole strategy
Yeah, because they
behind
make the
that as well.
playlists and shit.
Yeah,
TikTok has a whole music team that
yeah,
like makes the playlists, curates the sound to the vibes, all the things.
yeah.
So
So there's a whole strategy behind finding a trending song as well. So guys, TikTok is a lot of work.
you know
Yeah.
what's fucking funny though about like
Wow.
TikTok and music is
Wow.
those songs that are catfish, bruh.
The songs that are, oh, you
They're
mean,
like catfish, like
oh yes.
you hear that specific part of the song that's
And then
available
you
on
go
TikTok, and
actually
you're like,
listen to it.
oh, this song slaps. Then you go listen to the whole
Yes.
song, and it's only that one part that slaps, and the rest of the
And
song is trash.
I've had that before. I listened to, I can't remember which song it was.
I've had it so many times that at this point I just stopped clicking on this.
Yeah, bitch. You know what
I would
song
just
had
let the
went?
people recommend the things.
You know what I remember? A song that went viral. He tell me to way back about. So listen.
Because why was that so disappointing? But also, like, my current thing that makes me laugh is that, Material Girl.
Listen,
Everybody thinks that's a woman singing the song, and then they find out that it's
yes,
Santana, and then they're like,
yes.
"It's Santana," and I'm
Listen,
like, "Yes,
listen.
get into Santana."
When they played, I saw a video where they showed Santana singing Material Girl, like a part of the music video. Someone was like, I thought it was a girl. I'm like, girl,
Put some
stop it.
respect on Santana's name.
Stop it. No, but Santana be coming with the hits now though. And
Yeah,
I
and he's gonna make a
saw
song with Lil Nas X in it. They have a collab coming.
I also saw
Apparently.
that's awesome. I actually saw that Santana. No, I didn't see, but well, yes, I saw a short video. I think it was on TikTok actually. A short
Mm-hmm.
video from the Breakfast Club. Santana was interviewed,
Mm-hmm.
and he said that he just got signed to RCA Records, and I'm like, okay, Santana, period. Like that's big, you know.
Yeah.
Because he was explaining like him being who he is and
Yeah.
the type of music that he makes, you know, he did not have that support, and he said that now that he has, you know, RCA behind him, he feels like no, you know, he has
Yeah, he
that
can go do the things.
right. So I'm like, Santana, you're on,
And listen,
RCA is a
Material
good
Girl is not one of those catfish songs. That song slaps.
listen. Yeah, no, yeah, bitch,
It
you
makes
know
me
what's a
feel
catfish
good.
song? That song from where it say I want to ride, I want to ride, I want to ride, I want to ride. You know that one? You don't know that one?
Yes, no, I know it.
Listen, it's so fast on TikTok, right? But when you listen
Yeah.
to it, it's slow. It's like, why is it so slow? There's like, yeah, well,
This is what I'm
you
saying.
listen to the TikTok version, like,
Yeah, and it's also
yeah.
fuck, what's that song called now? That Willow Smith song that caught a vibe.
Oh,
Baby, are you coming for the ride? The version that was on TikTok is from the live performance, not the
yeah,
studio album.
yeah.
So when people heard the studio version, they were like, why is this not hitting the way it does on TikTok? And then they figured it out. They were like, "Oh shit, this is from the like little live performance unplugged thing that they did or whatever the fuck it was."
Yeah.
Okay. So I feel like we've exhausted the TikTok topic. We're gonna transition smoothly, as I always say, into our little small talk corner where
Yeah.
me and Chardonnay ask each other what our favorite songs of the week are. And also we ask each other a little question related to music.
Yeah.
Related to music or whatever, just for a little bit of fun.
Mhm.
Do you want to go first with your first song?
Yeah. So my first song is "Treat Me" by Chloe. Listen,
Jam.
after we talked about it in our previous episode, I was like, you know what? I need to listen to this song again. And then I actually went to look
Same.
at the behind the scenes footage. And I
Yeah.
was like, oh my God, like she put a lot of work and effort into this. And I'm like, oh, this song is so good. The video is so good. And I'm like, Treat Me.
Yeah.
So Treat Me by Chloe, it's a jam. That's my
It really
favorite
is.
song for this week.
Okay. So my first song is End of the World by Epic High featuring G Soul. I've picked a song by both of these people before, people, by this group and this person.
Yes.
On the podcast before. It's off Epic High's 2021 Epic High is Here Part 1 album. It's again a hip hop track. It's a slower one. It's kind of got R&B vibes actually. Again, G Soul, he's a great singer. Epic High, fucking dope producers and rappers. And the song itself, Tableau, who is the leader and the lead of Epic High, he said that the sentiment with the song was basically, revolving around the whole thing with the pandemic and people being so unsure about the future and kind of it feeling like it's the end of the world because there was like so much shit going down.
Yeah.
So he wanted to portray the sentiment of like, it might be the end of the world. So we should live as though it is the end of the world and like love each other as though it is the end of the world in all of this like chaos and whatever. So yeah, I really do dig the song a lot.
Nice.
It's actually my favorite off of that album.
Nice. So my favorite song, second favorite song actually, is a soca song by Nadia Batson. It's called Body Banging. And it's basically a song because she's a thick girl. And she talks about how her body is banging.
Good.
Yeah. And that's basically what it's about. And it's just the beat is just
A good
awesome.
time.
Just a good time. It's that's it. Because
I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah, body banging.
I'm gonna
She's
check
like,
it out.
body look good, my body is banging. That's what she said. Body look
Exactly.
good, body banging.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that's my second song for the week.
My second song for the week is called People. It's by August D, who is also Sugar from BTS. It's his solo music stage name. It is off D2, which is his second mixtape that he released in 2020, like basically right at the beginning of the pandemic. Again, my favorite song off that album. It's so good. And it's just basically about the human condition. So just the experience of being a human being with very complex things. I'm a big fan of his flow. Nice. Very big. And of his lyricism. He's just like really good at storytelling.
Nice.
Yeah, so
okay, so now we're gonna go into the questions. I think I'm gonna ask you a question first.
Okay.
Yes. During our studying international music management.
Yes.
What did you expect to learn during our studies? What was your impression when we actually started learning things from our first year? And during the study, what did you want it to do after the study? Like, were you already thinking, like, what role were you thinking, like, to fill after you completed, your studies?
Funnily enough, I was not supposed to do international music management.
Oh, wow.
Because I had finished art school and my family was like, why don't you go get another degree? You've still got time. Maybe go get your master's or something. And then I was like, I can't get a master's if what I initially got was a certificate, not a degree. But then they were like, why don't you go get a degree in the same field as like, your art school shit. So graphic design shit.
Right.
But in art school, within my graphic design course, I majored in illustration. So I was like, let me go get a degree actually in illustration. And I was looking at schools in Europe because I was like, I'm sick of this South Africa shit. Not because there's anything wrong with South Africa. I just didn't want to live there anymore.
Yeah.
So I was like, let me go look in Europe and see what's up. So as I was looking for like creative courses, I came across international music management and I read the description and I was like, oh my God, I used to make jokes about doing this with like my brother and my friends. Because like for a very long time, like years now, ever since I was a teenager, I was like, I want to open my own record label. So I remember exactly, like so vividly in my head, I remember exactly the moment that I found that course and I read the description and then I read it out loud to my brother. Because we were in our apartment in Cape Town. Yeah. I was sitting on a couch, sun shining in my face. With my laptop, my brother was sitting on the other couch playing video games. And I read the thing and then I was like, oh my God, listen to this. And I read it to my brother and he's like, dude, we talk about that all the time. And I was like, we do. I feel like I should just do it. Because I'm genuinely interested in this. And like at the time for fun, I was literally reading that book, Everything You Need to Know About the Music Business.
Okay, yeah.
I was reading that shit for fun. I had no business reading that in art school. I was supposed to be reading my art history books. I was like, no. I didn't read any of those books. That's how I found the course.
Okay.
And it was really described as a, learn everything about the music industry. That's how they marketed it, at least at the time.
Yeah.
Because we know our course doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
Once we started learning, I think because we started with ICE, with the ICE course.
Yes, ICE was so fun.
ICE was events, music, business, publishing, and artist management. I do not know why it was
I had really enjoyed Ice because we also did
Yeah.
like a mini project for Ice.
Yes, exactly.
And I love
We
that
did
project because
the
the labels and the artist partnerships and stuff like
yeah,
that. That
yeah, and then
was awesome.
we had to pick one of the ice like mini modules to
Yeah,
write a paper on. I remember I did
yeah,
publishing.
yeah. I know I did record labels.
Yeah, so because we started with ice, I was like, this is the field that I'm gonna be interested in.
Yeah.
When we did the project management course, I was like, no.
What? Yeah.
As we were kind of like approaching the end of the course, so around third year, especially towards the end of the music business minor, and then the beginning of fourth year when
Mhm.
we had those stupid ass projects,
Mm.
final projects. I was really, really convinced that I wanted to go into artist management. But once the pandemic hit and I had too much time to think of everything, I was like, no. I was
But
like, but Loki, I was like, no.
okay. But what
Because
made you said definite no? And why
um,
why did you think that this is something that you would not want to do, like artist management per se?
fear, because I'm essentially in control of somebody's career, and that freaks me
Mm.
out a bit.
Mm-hmm.
But also the other thing is that and because I'm so sensitive to like other people and what they're feeling,
Mm.
I was like, it's gonna take a very big like mental toll on me, with the lifestyle that I know is associated
With
with
yeah.
music and the music industry and everything
Mm-hmm.
that comes with it,
Mm-hmm.
especially if my interests lie in a particular genre where there are specific negative things that are associated with it that I'm going to have to be around all the time.
Yeah, yeah.
Artist managers don't always travel with their artists,
Artist, yeah.
because that's what the tour manager is for.
Exactly.
But you still have to be aware of every single thing that is happening.
It's happening. Yeah, 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 yeah.
And the thing of the partying and being so aware of what happens at these parties and the over drinking, the drugs, and whatever. And like, it's not every band or musician that does that, because there are a lot of musicians and bands that are like clean, especially when they're on
Yeah.
tour. They don't fuck around
Yeah.
with alcohol or drugs because it's going to impact their performance or whatever.
Yeah.
But I was like, I don't think I'm the right person for like managing somebody, because I would absorb everything. I'd absorb everything, become exhausted very quickly. I think I would just be in a constant state of burnout if I were in artist management. And I think that was my biggest fear going into artist management. That was the biggest reason why I was like, let me mind my business. I
Yeah.
think now I think a position in like A&R would suit me better, not necessarily the scouting part, but part of like
The
the
creative
image, yeah, the
process.
image creation, like all of that kind of stuff would better suit me, or publishing would better suit me.
Yeah, because you
I
know
think
a
my
lot
thing
about publishing.
is, yeah, my thing is I need to remain in the background of the stuff. I can't be
Mm.
directly in it, because if I'm
Yeah.
directly in it, I'm gonna freak out.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
think that's what it is. My question for you,
Yes.
it might be like a little bit deep or whatever.
A girl. You always
But
like these deep questions and questions to make me think, and questions get me off guard. Hello.
yeah, this one might catch you a bit off guard, but maybe
Okay.
not. Maybe not. Maybe not. You could answer what I think you're gonna answer, but maybe I'm wrong this time.
Mm-hmm.
So musically, who do you look up to the most, and what qualities do you love about that artist or musician?
Hmm.
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 Um. So I'll give you two artists because they switched over time,
Mm-hmm.
but both still play like a role currently.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to me as an artist, or where I want to go
Yeah.
with my artistry, in terms of like developing my career. Um, so starting out, it was Rihanna,
Mm-hmm.
and Rihanna was an artist that inspired me because she is from the Caribbean.
Yeah.
She is from Barbados, and I'm from Curacao, but lived in Saint Martin, grew up in Saint Martin, and I mean, Barbados isn't far from Curacao, and Saint
Yeah.
Martin isn't far from Barbados. So as a child growing up listening to Rihanna, I was like, wow, she came from the same region. Because
Yeah.
for those of you who know the Caribbean on a map, like you will see all the little islands like in a curve.
Yeah.
I forget what it's called. The archipelago.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll see all the little Caribbean islands in a curve. And I was just like, because Saint Martin is actually at the top and
Yeah.
Barbados is actually below.
Yeah.
Um, and I was like, wow, like this person, Rihanna, came from my region. Like I'm to the top and she's just right down there, you know.
Yeah.
And in the Caribbean, we have uh a thing, whereas if you're Caribbean, it's like we're kind of like naturally linked or
Yeah.
associated with each
Yeah.
other just because we're
Yeah.
Caribbean.
Yeah.
So it'll be like, hey, my fellow Caribbean,
Yeah.
So Rihanna was someone that really inspired me because she came from Barbados. She worked on her music while living in Barbados.
Mm-hmm.
She got into connections with music executive and producers, and they helped her, develop her career there. Brought her over to the US, did auditions for Jay-Z with Def Jam and other, stuff.
Yeah.
But she is an inspiration, not in terms of music, but in terms of that specifically coming from the Caribbean, but
Okay.
also how open she was, because now
Mm-hmm.
I think she's a bit reserved, but how open she was. In her days growing up, she would
Yeah.
share everything with you on Instagram and Facebook, and even on Twitter. And she would have videos on YouTube where she did like little documentaries or behind the scenes footage of her music videos
Mm-hmm.
where she talks in her native language, like in the accent, where you
Yeah.
see her mom, where you see her brother, where you see her aunts, and they're all fellow Caribbean persons as well. And she was just being herself. So seeing that, I was like, wow, like,
Yeah. It's a
you know,
representation.
yeah, it's representation. And if she can do it, I can do it. And not
Yeah.
only I can do it, but other Caribbean persons can do it as well. So the first person is Rihanna.
Mm-hmm.
The second person is Spice.
Mm-hmm.
Why Spice? Because Spice has been in the music industry for a very long time, and she has not worked with um any management teams per se. Like she did
Yeah.
this all on her own. Like she'll hire persons, yes, to assist her, but she did it all on her own with no major label really behind her. And she literally fought. And when I say fought, like she got a lot of criticism. There was people that
Mm-hmm.
didn't want it to work with her. There were people that were talking negative about her. There were people that was not playing her music. She literally fought to make her way to the top to where she is today. Um, and she actually made the crossover from dancehall music in Jamaica to the US. And she's actually
Yeah.
bringing now dancehall music to the US and worldwide. I mean, others has done it, yes, but I feel like she's trying to take it to a new level. So I feel like she's taking dancehall to a new level where it
Mm-hmm.
should officially be known and recognized on a larger scale, because she brought it on Love and Hip Hop.
Yeah.
From Love and Hip Hop, a lot of media outlets, started to notice her, and then they would talk about the dancehall queen. And I like seeing that, because when US or UK articles, okay, I mean, dancehall is well known in the UK as well, but
Yeah.
specifically when US articles or media outlets like put Queen of Dancehall Spice, I'm like, wow, just the word dancehall being in an
Yeah.
article, I'm like, wow, dancehall
Yeah.
is being recognized, and
Yeah.
Spice specifically. So she's an inspiration in terms of like hard work, coming from nothing
Mm-hmm.
and making it to where she is, no matter the struggle she's been
Yeah.
through.
Yeah. Yeah.
So those are
Dedication.
two, yeah, dedication. Those are two artists that inspire me, that I like. um and the
Yeah.
qualities is hard work, dedication, openness, um being from the Caribbean as well and making it so
Mm-hmm.
big, yeah. So that's it. That's that.
Okay. I was
Yeah.
expecting you to say Spice, but I wasn't expecting you to say Riri. I don't know why.
Yeah. Yeah. No, Riri. Definitely Riri.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
But yeah, so that was that on that and the stuff and the things. We
Mm-hmm.
spoke about TikTok. We spoke about our favorite songs.
Yes.
We asked each other questions.
In between the questions, because we also asked each other questions about
Yeah.
TikTok, and then we got
Yeah.
into the things later on. So this was a very interactive
Yeah, we said discussion.
discussion. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I enjoy our discussion episodes a lot.
They are very intriguing.
They're fun, and also I
Yeah.
don't notice the time passing.
That too. Unless it gets dark. Because on my end, it gets definitely.
No, you can
Yeah.
tell. It's getting dark here.
Yeah.
The sun
Yeah.
has moved onto that side. It's
Yeah.
behind it's behind the apartment block.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I feel like we covered a lot of ground. By the way, we did a TikTok episode because one of our listeners
Yes.
requested it.
Yes.
Hi, Malu.
Shout out to Malu.
So yeah, in the future, if you guys want us to cover specific topics, let us know.
Yes.
And we'll do our best. This is
Yeah.
our last Monday episode
By
of
the
season
way.
1.
Yes.
We'll still see you on Thursday, but Thursday is
Yeah.
going to be the last Thursday episode.
Yes,
season
because that will be the
1.
end of season 1.
And we'll be back. We're not dropping this. We're not abandoning ship.
Not at all.
We'll
We're going to be back and better than ever.
Yes, with season
Yes.
2.
Yes, definitely.
With some definite improvements, some
Yes.
different topics.
Definitely.
Taking some time to recharge. That being said, we hope you've enjoyed our Monday episodes.
Yes.
We hope you've learned some shit.
Yes.
And we hope we've provided some good little giggles or whatever here and there.
Yeah.
But yeah, let me close the episode. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
If you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, turn on post notifications. If you are listening on Spotify or Anchor, make sure to follow the podcast and rate the podcast. You can leave comments on Anchor if you desire to do so.
Mm-hmm.
Follow us on our social media, which is Don't Touch My Music Pod on Instagram and TikTok, but we are most active on Instagram.
Yep.
We're working on TikTok. As we said, TikTok requires
Yeah, a lot
time
of
and
work.
attention that we did not have while doing season 1 because we did too much. We overshot with the 2 episodes a week. Check us out on Instagram. We'll be keeping the Instagram active while we're on our break. And we'll also be posting our bloopers onto our YouTube channel while we're on our break because we previously only posted them on our Instagram.
Yeah.
And yeah, man. See you on Thursday for the season finale. We don't know what it is yet, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Something fun.
Something fun, yes, definitely.
Something fun to close off the season, and to just have a good time and have a little see you later situation.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it.
That's it. Bye.
Okay, bye.